Also, Lisa, she has a lot on her mind. She said, tell you it's at Crumstown Highway next weekend. She forgot to tell you where. At this time, Chuck from the Legion Riders, we're going to honor our past vets.
Would you all please stand silently with me while Dwayne Moneyhoffer of the A-Bait and Marvin Walters of the American Legion Riders present and drape the POW MIA flag? As I was walking around this morning before this event began, I must have seen a dozen different types of patches. I see guys here today from the CMA, see guys from A-Bait, see some Patriot riders. I've seen some Legion riders, even saw a couple of 44 patches. But you know what? It's all about representing. And this table up here this morning is representing. It stands here this morning as a silent tribute to soldiers who didn't make it home. And in many cases, those soldiers were captured and held as prisoner of war. So we pause today to remember them. This table is a very special emblem, and everything on it represents something. You'll see that it's very small, set for one. That represents the plight of one soldier alone against his captors. On the table, there's a bread plate. And on the bread plate is a lemon wedge and salt grains. That represents the bitterness of their captivity, and the salt represents the tears that are lost and left by their family members as they wait. Also on the table, there's a vase with a rose. That represents their dedication to duty and the honor with which they served. You'll find on this table a candle. And that candle represents the light of hope. Hope in a nation that has promised our soldiers, we will bring you home. You'll find on that table an American flag folded three corners. Way too many times, our soldiers have fallen overseas, and we've left their remains there to enrich the soil where they fell. But brothers and sisters, that ultimate sacrifice needs to be remembered. And it needs to be celebrated by those of us that are here this morning and are free, because we've got men and women who are willing to sacrifice their freedom to serve us away from home. Also found on that table is a Bible. And that Bible represents that the only comfort many prisoners have is their faith in God. In this last election cycle, we had a man running for president who was a former POW. And he stated that his belief in God and his trust in his fellow prisoners was the only thing that brought him through. I think it is so terribly important for us, those of us that do remember, that we never let anybody else forget. You see, it's like a mission. How many of us here this morning served in the military? How many of us have family members that served in the military? How many have friends or relatives that served in the military? Each one of us has something at stake here. We should never allow our government to forget our brothers and sisters under arms, ever. At the end of hostilities in 1972, when the armistice was signed with North Vietnam, thousands of still known to be alive Americans were left over there. And in 1992, for expediency's sake, those same soldiers were relegated from MIA to KIA BNR, which means killed in action, body not recovered. That's wrong. And it's up to us to make the statement loud and clear, this will never happen again. We've got soldiers that are still being recovered today from World War II. We've got soldiers whose bodies are being recovered from Korea. We have soldiers whose remains are being bought from Vietnamese villagers so that they can be brought home and buried in a way that's right and proper. We've slipped up in the past. We can't change what's happened yesterday, but we can make sure we can unite together and stand together as one firm voice to make sure that we don't ever leave another person behind. Never. My brother Randy's up here with me today, and he's going to sing a song for you that he wrote in honor of our veterans. Randy?
Well, I'd like to dedicate this song to Marv Walters and Chuck and all the American veterans here today and all those that's serving right now, our brothers and sisters overseas. This is called The American Way. Well, if I stay was alive today, I think I know what he might say. May God be with you when you're far away. Be proud you live here in the USA. There may be issues we don't understand, like why we're fighting in the foreign lands. You might feel different if you live that way. Be proud you live here in the USA. 'Cause I'm proud to live in the USA. The right to speak, the right to pray. Red, white, and blue, the American way. I'm proud to live in the USA. Hey, hey. Sometimes in life you gotta take your stand. Let's give our brothers a helping hand. When they come calling, don't turn them away. Show them how we do things in the USA. 'Cause I'm proud to live in the USA. The right to speak, the right to pray. Red, white, and blue, the American way. I'm proud to live in the USA, the good old USA. Yeah, yeah. America, oh yeah. Now there may be a few who'll never learn. Old Betsy Ross's flag should never burn. If they don't like it, they don't have to stay. To get the hell out of the USA. 'Cause I'm proud to live in the USA. The right to speak, the right to pray.